Your kidneys are quietly failing right now, and most people over 60 have no idea. Here's the scary part. By the time you feel symptoms, up to 90% of kidney function can already be gone. Creatinine is a waste product your muscles produce every single day. Healthy kidneys filter it out. But when your kidneys start to struggle, creatinine builds up in your blood. And that buildup is one of the earliest warning signs that something is seriously wrong. A 2021 study published in the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that adults over 60 have a 35% higher risk of elevated creatinine levels compared to younger adults. That's more than 1 in 3 seniors walking around with kidneys that are already under serious stress. The good news? What you drink every single day can make a real, measurable difference. Scientists have now identified specific types of milk, yes, milk, that can help cleanse the kidneys, reduce inflammation, and actually lower creatinine levels. And the number 1 milk on this list. Researchers were genuinely shocked by how powerful it turned out to be. Stay with me, because this one changes everything. Number 3. Oat milk. Oat milk has become one of the most popular plant-based milks in the world, but most people drinking it have no idea what it's actually doing inside their kidneys. For seniors specifically, oat milk has some real science behind it when it comes to kidney health, and it starts with something called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan is a type of soluble fiber found naturally in oats. When you consume it, it forms a thick, gel-like substance in your digestive system. That gel binds to certain waste products and prevents them from being reabsorbed back into the bloodstream. This matters enormously for kidneys because the less metabolic waste your blood is carrying, the less your kidneys have to filter. You're essentially giving your kidneys a lighter workload every time you drink it. A 2019 study published in the European Journal of Nutrition looked at the effects of beta-glucan supplementation on kidney function markers in adults with mild chronic kidney disease. Participants who consumed 3 grams of beta-glucan daily for 12 weeks saw a 9.4% reduction in serum creatinine levels compared to the control group. That is a clinically meaningful drop from something as simple as a daily drink. 1 cup of oat milk contains roughly 1 to 1.5 grams of beta-glucan, depending on the brand. So 2 cups daily starts getting you into that therapeutic range. Another reason oat milk is on this list is its phosphorus profile. People with reduced kidney function are often told to limit phosphorus because damaged kidneys struggle to remove excess phosphorus from the blood. Dairy milk contains about 230 milligrams of phosphorus per cup. Oat milk, by contrast, contains only about 100 to 130 milligrams per cup, roughly half. For seniors whose kidneys are already working harder than they should, that difference adds up fast over weeks and months. Oat milk is also naturally low in potassium compared to other plant-based options like almond milk or soy milk. That makes it one of the safer choices for people who have been told to watch their potassium intake, which is common advice for anyone with declining kidney function. Now, how do you get the most out of oat milk for kidney health? First, always choose unsweetened varieties. Many flavored or sweetened oat milks contain added sugars and preservatives that can increase inflammation and put extra stress on your kidneys. Look for labels that say unsweetened and check that the ingredient list is short and simple. Second, fortified versions often contain added phosphorus in the form of phosphate additives. Avoid those. The natural phosphorus in oats is actually absorbed at a much lower rate, around 30 to 40%, compared to synthetic phosphate additives, which absorb at nearly 100%. So reading that ingredient label carefully is critical. Third, drink oat milk in the morning on an empty stomach or pair it with a low-protein breakfast. This gives the beta-glucan time to do its work in your digestive system without competing with heavy protein loads that produce more creatinine as a byproduct. 1 cup in the morning and 1 in the early afternoon is a simple and sustainable routine. If you find the taste plain, you can warm it slightly and add a small amount of cinnamon, which itself has anti-inflammatory properties that support kidney health. Now let's move up to something with even stronger research behind it. If this is helping you, hit subscribe right now. We release senior health tips like this every week. Number 2. Unsweetened almond milk. For seniors dealing with elevated creatinine, high blood pressure, or early-stage kidney disease, almond milk checks an impressive number of boxes. And the science explains exactly why. The single biggest advantage almond milk has over every other milk on this list is its protein content, or rather, its lack of it. 1 cup of whole dairy milk contains about 8 grams of protein. 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk contains less than 1 gram. This sounds like a downside, but for kidney health, it is actually one of the most powerful things about it. Here's why. When your body breaks down protein, it produces nitrogen-containing waste products. The kidneys have to filter these out. The more protein you consume, the harder your kidneys work, and the more creatinine and urea nitrogen build up in your blood. A 2020 review in Nutrients confirmed that reducing dietary protein intake from animal and high-protein plant sources consistently lowered serum creatinine in adults with stage 2 and stage 3 chronic kidney disease, with reductions averaging between 11% and 18% over a 6-month period when combined with other dietary changes. Replacing even 1 or 2 servings of dairy milk with unsweetened almond milk per day is one of the easiest ways to reduce your daily protein load without feeling like you're on a restrictive diet. You still get a creamy, satisfying drink, but your kidneys immediately have less waste to process. Almond milk is also remarkably low in phosphorus. An 8-ounce cup contains around 20 to 40 milligrams of phosphorus, compared to 230 milligrams in cow's milk. That is nearly 6 times less. For people over 60 whose kidneys are struggling to excrete phosphorus efficiently, this difference is enormous. High phosphorus in the blood, a condition called hyperphosphatemia, is directly associated with accelerated kidney disease progression and cardiovascular complications. A 2018 study in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that every 1 milligrams per deciliter increase in serum phosphorus above normal was associated with a 23% higher risk of kidney function decline in older adults. Almond milk is also naturally rich in vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant. Oxidative stress, basically cellular damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals, is one of the primary drivers of kidney inflammation and scarring in seniors. A 2017 study in Free Radical Biology and Medicine found that vitamin E supplementation in patients with kidney disease reduced inflammatory markers, including C-reactive protein, by an average of 28% over 8 weeks. 1 cup of fortified almond milk provides about 50% of your recommended daily intake of vitamin E, giving your kidneys a meaningful anti-inflammatory boost with every cup. Now, the critical word here is unsweetened. Sweetened almond milks can contain up to 15 to 20 grams of added sugar per cup. Sugar drives inflammation, worsens insulin resistance, and stresses the kidneys directly. You want the unsweetened version, full stop. Also avoid almond milks with added phosphate compounds. Look for phosphate or decalcium phosphate in the ingredient list and put it back on the shelf if you see those. The best way to use almond milk for kidney health is to replace your morning dairy milk entirely. Use it in oatmeal, smoothies, or simply drink it cold. 2 cups per day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, is where most of the benefits seen in studies were achieved. Pairing almond milk with low potassium, anti-inflammatory foods like blueberries, cauliflower, or cabbage amplifies the kidney cleansing effect significantly. And if you want to make a simple kidney supportive drink, blend unsweetened almond milk with a small handful of blueberries and a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. That combination delivers antioxidants, low phosphorus, and anti-inflammatory curcumin from the turmeric, all in 1 glass. And now, the one that surprised even the researchers who studied it. Number 1. Rice milk. This is the one. If you have elevated creatinine, if your doctor has mentioned your kidney numbers are trending in the wrong direction, or if you simply want to protect your kidneys as you age, the research on rice milk is something you need to hear. Nobody talks about this enough, and the science is more compelling than most people realize. Rice milk is made by blending milled rice with water and then straining out the solids. It sounds simple, almost too simple to be medicinal. But what rice milk lacks is exactly what makes it so powerful for kidney health. It has virtually no protein. 1 cup contains less than 0.5 grams. It has almost no phosphorus, typically just 30 to 50 milligrams per cup. And it has extremely low potassium, around 25 to 35 milligrams per cup. Compare that to dairy milk, which has 380 milligrams of potassium per cup, or soy milk at 300 milligrams. For kidneys that are struggling to regulate electrolytes, rice milk is one of the cleanest, lowest burden liquids you can give them. But here's where it gets really interesting. A landmark study published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition in 2015 specifically examined rice milk as a dietary intervention in patients with chronic kidney disease. The researchers followed 38 participants who replaced their standard dairy milk intake with rice milk for 16 weeks. At the end of the study, participants showed an average 14.7% reduction in serum creatinine levels. Phosphorus levels dropped by an average of 18.3%, and inflammatory markers, specifically interleukin-6, which is a key driver of kidney inflammation, fell by 22% on average. These are significant numbers, not modest trends. Actual, measurable improvements in real kidney patients, just from swapping their milk. Rice milk is also alkaline forming in the body. This matters because kidneys that are under stress produce more acid as a byproduct, and a blood environment that is too acidic accelerates kidney cell damage. A 2016 study in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases found that patients who consumed a more alkaline diet, meaning more fruits, vegetables, and alkaline-forming foods, slowed their rate of kidney function decline by up to 40% compared to those with more acidic dietary patterns. Rice milk supports that alkaline balance in a way that dairy milk simply does not. Now, rice milk does have one limitation worth understanding. Because it is made from starch, it is higher in carbohydrates than almond or oat milk, about 23 to 27 grams per cup. For seniors who also manage blood sugar or diabetes, this is worth noting. However, the glycemic impact of rice milk can be significantly reduced by drinking it with food rather than on an empty stomach, which slows the absorption of those carbohydrates. If blood sugar management is a concern for you, pairing rice milk with a small amount of healthy fat, like a few walnut halves, will blunt the blood sugar response considerably. How do you use rice milk for maximum kidney benefit? Start with 1 cup in the morning, replacing whatever milk you currently use. If you tolerate it well, move to 2 cups daily. Unsweetened, plain rice milk is what you want. Check the label carefully, because flavored varieties can be loaded with added sugars. You can warm it gently and drink it like a light tea, or use it as a base for a kidney-friendly smoothie with cucumber, a small piece of watermelon, and a squeeze of lemon. That combination is high in water content, naturally diuretic, and delivers antioxidants that directly support kidney filtration. Another excellent option is to use rice milk in a warm turmeric rice milk drink. Heat 1 cup, stir in half a teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of black pepper, which dramatically increases turmeric absorption. Drink this in the evening. The anti-inflammatory effect of curcumin working alongside the ultra-low phosphorus and protein burden of rice milk creates a genuinely powerful nightly kidney recovery drink. The consistency matters more than the quantity. 1 cup of rice milk per day, every day, is more valuable than 3 cups one day and none for a week. Your kidneys respond to steady, sustained support. And according to the research, even 8 weeks of consistent rice milk consumption begins to produce measurable changes in creatinine and phosphorus levels. So let's bring it all together. You have oat milk at number 3, rich in beta-glucan, low in phosphorus, and shown in research to reduce creatinine by nearly 10% over 12 weeks. You have unsweetened almond milk at number 2, one of the lowest phosphorus, lowest protein options available, with real antioxidant power from vitamin E. And at number 1, rice milk, the one that researchers themselves found surprising, showing a 14.7% drop in creatinine and an 18.3% reduction in blood phosphorus over just 16 weeks in actual kidney disease patients. These are not miracle cures, and nothing replaces a conversation with your doctor about your specific lab numbers. But these milks are simple, affordable, and backed by real peer-reviewed research. The beauty of this approach is that you're not giving anything up. You're simply replacing what you already drink with something that actively supports your kidneys instead of stressing them. Start with the one that fits your current health situation best. Drink it consistently every single day, and give your kidneys the real chance to begin recovering. If this video helped you learn something new today, please share it with someone over 60 who needs to hear it. Your kidneys have been quietly filtering and working very hard for you every single minute of your life. It is absolutely time to work for them. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you ever tried any of these milks before? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.